What's up, y'all? We're out here in the backyard on a beautiful sunny day for this very first episode on my brand new channel, T&T RC. Unfortunately, we're not quite as secluded right here as I am on my other property, if y'all familiar with my main channel. By the way, the T&T RC, if you know my main channel, you know it's Tools and Targets. That's my main channel. Those of y'all who are coming over from there, I really appreciate y'all checking out this new channel. Those of y'all new, period, to my channels altogether, if you're in the RC or whatever already, I definitely appreciate you tuning in and checking out this first episode. But what I was getting at with that, we're not quite as secluded out here, so you probably got some background noise. Right now, it sounds like somebody's chopping down half a forest somewhere down the block. But that ain't gonna stop us from getting anything done out here. For this first episode, I just kind of wanted to introduce myself a little bit and show y'all what I got going on out here. Really, my main purpose of this is I'm getting back into RC after 25, 30-ish years almost, so not new to RC, but definitely new to what's going on right now and pretty new altogether to the electric side of things. Really no specific reason for wanting to get back into it. I really enjoyed it back in the day. I was big into the nitro side of it. HPI Savage, I'll try to roll some old pictures. I've got some old pictures from back then. I had the HPI Savage, T-Max, Revo, several 8-scale buggies. I know I had an Offna Hyper, some GS Storms, just all kind of nitro stuff. But like I said, very limited as far as electric, really little to no electric. I did get into a little bit curious about crawlers there towards the end and done a trade for an old Clodbuster kind of custom deal. That's really the only thing I had that was electric at all. But I'm already rambling on and I'm trying not to make this first video too long. Those of y'all who do watch my main channel, you know I can get that way sometimes. My name's Brian. Tools and Targets is my main channel. You can call me Brian, you can call me Tools, you can call me really either one of them. So I have actually picked up a handful of cars already. I'm gonna show y'all a few of them out here today. Kind of some mistakes maybe that I would call them. Not really mistakes, but not really kind of what I was expecting or not really what I was looking for. So we'll go over that probably in a different episode. But today I want to show you, I've got me a little test track that I'm getting started out here. And again, I want to show you what few cars I do have so far and do a quick little upgrade on them of something that's already needing an upgrade. So pull back here, taking a look at my little test track I've got built. So far it's nothing but just an oval. It's an oval with an open middle there. I just wanted to start out with that, and then I thought maybe y'all could help me along the way. Maybe we can customize some stuff. That'll be a cool little project, but I'll bring you in closer and I'll show you what I'm working with. So right here, I kind of consider the starting line right about where I'm standing. You hit this little jump I've got made. Obviously, I'm gonna put some more jumps. This is very rudimentary, y'all. I'm gonna make it really fancy, get some nice jumps and nice obstacles, but here you can see it. This surface is not the greatest for now. It'll probably get better as it gets run in, but it started out as basically like you see the rest of this, all wooded out here and covered with just tons of leaves for 20 years probably. So this entire track surface is very, very soft, very, very loamy. If I tried to pull that rooted up loamy surface up, it would come up in big chunks, and then I would be left with the red dirt, which is actually nice surface, but all this dirt around this area in here is just so rocky that it was just pulling up little tiny rocks. Like, I don't know how well that surface you can see it, but it's just tons of little rocks. Well, right here you can see I kind of broke the surface of that loamy area, but it's just nothing but rocks. So I'm trying to avoid that. What I did, as you can see, is I've got a bunch of bags of this old cheap topsoil, and I've covered kind of some of it up, and I filled in some low spots. There was actually 5 big old trees out here, some of them in the track, some of them in the middle, which was just causing way too much trouble. So I had a Grizzly Tree Service, big shout out to them, come out. Great guys to deal with. They did a fantastic job of getting these things out of my way. But as you can see, I've got the banks and all built up with this silt fence, pretty nice. I had to put a bunch of that topsoil down through here. And the problem with this topsoil is it's nice black dirt, but it's also full of this debris. I mean, it's really, really cheap topsoil. I didn't want to get a real expensive dirt out here. And the bags are just way easier to deal with than having a big load of dirt dumped out here. So I'm trying to stick with those. I'll probably get a little bit better quality dirt after I get some of it filled in. And plus, like I say, the more this track gets run in, the better it's going to get. I'm sure all of y'all know that. But like I say, as far as the layout, right now it's just an oval, which is really cool. I mean, if y'all are into RC cars or any kind of even full-size racing, I mean, a dirt oval's fun by itself. It's really fun just to try to get you a nice line out here without oversteering, understeering, just coming out of that turn just wide open and hit the ramps. Very fun already, but I'm very open to suggestions. I had, you know, me and my buddy back in the day had another one back behind his house, and it kind of curved up here and curved back into here, and there was a lane right here, and then down at the end curved back into another lane, and then curved back onto that back lane. So I thought about something like that, but then also I thought about it, y'all will see as far as what kind of trucks I've got so far. I thought about turning this inside, maybe making a little opening right here and making this an optional kind of route. You could come in here, make some rocks, maybe a little bit of mud holes, and then come back out if you wanted to back on this oval. Or you could keep this oval if you just wanted some high-speed ovals and bypass that inside route. Over here, I've even started piling up the rocks as I pick them up around the track. Believe it or not, I just blew these leaves off not 5 minutes before I started this video, but this time of year, I might have picked a little bit of bad time of year for all these leaves and all falling down. It's gonna get cold on us soon, but right now it's fantastic weather, so I'm gonna make the most of it. So that gives you a quick look at what I've got to work with here with this track. I'll get some dimensions and stuff a little maybe on a different video and give to y'all. So if y'all have got some ideas, again, I'm totally open to a layout, especially that center area. I'm kind of partial to the area of having like that secondary route like I talked about, but not totally, you know, my mind's not set on that either way. But let me show you right quick a few cars that I've got out here, and then we'll go inside, and I'm actually gonna do my first upgrade right quick, and then I'll come out here and make a few laps. All right, so being brand new back into the RC thing after all this time, and wanting to kind of go electric for now just because it is easier, let's face it. It's no tuning, no mess involved, no nitro and all that stuff. I wanted to get something really basic, and I also wanted to get something that somebody younger might could handle just starting out, you know, grandkids, kids, whatever, just somebody younger who couldn't handle something with a lot of speed at first. So the first thing I picked up is this little Arrma Granite Grom. This thing, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It is perfect out here to make the laps on this oval out here. This little thing is tough as nails. I've actually put about 7 to 10 packs through this thing so far, and I've had one little issue that we'll talk about when we go inside. And I also this is the one I need to do the first upgrade on, because what's happening is all those little rocks and stuff out on my track, it's nicking up my chassis, my front skid plates and all, and I don't really care much about that, and the arms also. But the main thing is I don't want it to gouge it all up where I can't get the screws and stuff off if I need to. So obviously first upgrade, since I'm talking about that, y'all know, is a set of skid plates. So that was the first one I picked up. That thing is, I think it's an incredible little deal. 129 bucks for that thing. I mean, you can get some cheap little Walmart RC cars or remote control cars, even some of them, for 40, 50, 60, some of them 80 bucks. They tear up in no time, and you've just spent 80 bucks, or even if you spent 40 bucks 3 or 4 times, you could have got this little thing, and it'll literally last you forever with the replacement parts for it. But anyway, I'm not gonna get onto that until maybe we get into that car specifically, if I do a video on that. So I got that, and then I let my little youngest grandson drive that thing, and he's 5 years old. It's just too fast for him right now. Even this little Granite Grom, even on the 50% throttle setting, it's just too fast. He's brand new to real hobby grade RC cars. He's used to little joysticks, so it's a little too fast for him right now. So I was looking for something else that was a little bit slower that still looked pretty cool to me, which landed me somehow to the Traxxas TRX 4Ms. I saw these things. I really think the scale look is very cool. Again, I kind of dabbled into crawling at the end back when I was into them, and I know these were a lot slower, so I figured this will be great. He can definitely control these, and these are of course much slower. The problem is crawling, RC crawling it's a kind of it's almost, you either love it or hate it. There's almost no in between. I mean, there kind of is, but y'all get what I'm saying. You have to really be into crawling to have a lot of fun with a slow RC crawler. Now, if you set it up for a trail truck, a hybrid kind of thing, yeah, you can kind of have fun, the best of both worlds. But straight out as a crawler, you have to really be into crawling. And as a little kid, and I'll be straight up honest with you, even as me as an adult now, that Granite Grom is a whole lot more fun. Just the whole bashing, the jumping, getting air with it. He liked it, and he can control this a whole lot better, but it wasn't fast enough. So I've gone on through all kind of parts with these things, the speed gears, the transmissions. That'll be a totally different video, but long story short, I'm getting very long-winded. These are the 3 that I picked up first for those various reasons, and we'll get into some of more of that stuff later. So if y'all are new to watching me, you can probably already tell I'm absolutely terrible at keeping things short. Let's run inside right quick and I'll show you where I'll be doing most of my wrenching and do these quick little skid plates and come out here and turn some laps. All right, just a really quick look for those of y'all who I'm sure are curious. This is where I'm gonna be working on stuff out here in my garage. I don't know how much view you can get, but I'll show you up a little bit closer. We'll get these skid plates put on. I'm gonna give you a quick little look at some 25, 30-year-old RC accessories first, or tools, I guess I should say. So I still actually got my basic tools from way back then. This is the same little old toolbox. It's actually a tackle box. Got all my stuff, dynamite hex wrenches from, again, back in 90, or it was probably 95 to 99, 2000. So 25, 30 years, more close to 30 years. Most of this stuff is from way back then, all the little wrenches and all that kind of stuff. Shock and diff oil. I did pick these two up, and then these two, the rest of the shock oil and the diff oil is from way back then, still good as far as I can tell. Little sneak peek, y'all are getting to some of the parts too. Actually, these are the skid plates that I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the TRX 4M too. I did already pick up a little GPS meter here to get some speed testing done. I love me some data, so I gotta see what kind of speeds I'm getting out of some of this stuff. Here's a box full of random stuff that I pulled out of there that I knew I wasn't gonna be needing. Tons of glow plugs, high-tech, bunch of high-tech servos or stripped or torn wires, something no good with them. After-run oil from 25 years ago. Another blast from the past as far as parts down here. I think that's the original muffler off of my HPI Savage, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's the original off the Savage. All kind of Roto-Start batteries. I mean, I got all kind of old stuff down in here. Y'all can see there's actually, these are the two motors off of the Clodbuster that got customized with a custom chassis. There's some Clodbuster links, OEM Clodbuster links, bumpers and stuff like that. Just all kind of stuff from way back. There's the old HPI Roto-Start from my Savage. This is a nitro engine from I think maybe the MT2. That's an extra carb apparently. I'm not even sure. I'm sure somebody knows. I can't remember if this was a Rossi or I don't think it was a Pico, but some of y'all probably know that symbol. I'm not sure what brand this was. All right, let's get these things put on right quick so we can have a little fun out there. So I'll do the Granite Grom first. These I picked up on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below for them. It's an affiliate link. I do have an Amazon affiliate storefront. That's the only kind of RC related affiliates I have right now. I'll leave my Amazon affiliate storefront down below and I'll make a section for RC stuff that I have picked up so far and that I use. Again, anything y'all pick up, y'all know it's an affiliate link, so I do get a kickback. I really do appreciate that. Nothing real fancy at all. They're not really thick. So I've seen a couple of reviews was complaining that they bend easy and they're thin. This is exactly what I want. I want something very thin, very lightweight. Again, my only purpose, I wouldn't even put these if I didn't have those rocks and stuff out there in my surface. So it's just going to keep my chassis and my screws from getting all beat up with rocks, hopefully. Looks like it's just two screws, the two original screws, or two of the original screws, and they do at least have it countersunk for the screw head. So these two here on the front. And there's the front one on, nothing to it. Screws are nice and flush. Really, I guess I didn't think about it too much. If it gets a rock right on the screw right there, it's still gonna ding it up, but hopefully it won't deform right there and help the rock hit the screw anyway. So let's get this back one on. And there you go with the rear one done. Really nice fit on both of these, so I think that's gonna do exactly what I'm needing it to do. And I just realized that the title's not exactly true. This isn't the first upgrade on this little Grom. I put these tires on it already, the wheels and tires. I think the OEM wheels and tires on this thing are just terrible. The fact that there's no foam is the main thing. If it had foam, it'd be a whole different story, but these have foam. These are the Proline Badland MX, I think they are. Really nice wheels and tires here. And since I'm in here already, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the Defender too. I've got the diff skid plates and the center skid plate. These are the Traxxas ones. Again, I'll leave Amazon affiliate links down below if y'all wanna check some of this stuff out. Now, this is not the first upgrade for this TRX 4M. As you can see, I marked it so I would know. I've got the speed transmission in here already, and I've also put these, you can see these little mud guards or chassis plates, whatever you want to call them. I thought that made it a nice clean look, and it keeps a little of the debris out from up in here. But let's get these unpackaged and see what we got here. All right, looks like a screw on each side for the center plate, and then looks like two on that back side, or the inner side, I guess I should say, for the diff plates. So these two on this diff, and then these two, it's both the inner screws there. And then on the center, you use these two front ones. So let's get her done right quick. All right, so there's one down. Really nice fit with these. I mean, it hugs that diff really nice. So you're not losing much clearance at all with that style. I really, really like that. Plus, it looks really sharp. So let's get this other one done. Second diff cover done. Again, very nice fit. I really, really like the fit on these. And then the center one again are these two front screws. And there you go with the center one. Very, very easy again. Really nice looking. I think these look really sharp. Plus again, they hug everything really nice and tight, so you're not going to be dragging on anything really unnecessarily with these. So there we go with a couple of quick but definitely necessary mods out here with all these rocks and stuff. Let's get it on out there and let me run a few laps. All right, y'all, one thing I'm definitely going to have to do is figure out what to do as far as my camera angles and all. I've got a few different ones set up, but I'm still don't feel like I'm covering enough of the track. I need to figure out an onboard camera for these little things, especially something this small. I've got GoPros, but I feel like the GoPro might be too heavy for this. Maybe I'll try one on some upcoming videos, but let me know down in the comments, those of y'all who do RC stuff, especially videos with RC stuff, what kind of little onboard cameras are you using? But let me just run a few laps with this thing and I'll show y'all just kind of how loose this track is and just how the track handles really. So you definitely have to blip the throttle. You can't just hold it wide open. Don't make fun of my driving now. I'm rusty after 25 years. I'm glad that it is kind of loose. You know, I wouldn't want it just completely where you could mat the throttle all the way around. This definitely teaches you some throttle and steering control. That was a good little jump there. Ah, see, that was a wipeout. Just a little bit of turn. I'll tell you what, these little 18th scales are tricky too. I mean, it don't take much to get these things to spin around, I've noticed. I was gonna wait to get something 10th scale. I was gonna ease into this, but spoiler alert, I got a smoking deal on something I couldn't pass up that I'm gonna do a video on soon. See, this to me is fun, just getting these laps down. I mean, especially if you had a timing system. I'll tell you, this little, I'm gonna come up with all kind of excuses out here, y'all, of why my driving's bad. The shadows are bad, the track is loose. I can't see the car back there. I got plenty of them. It is loose coming off that turn right there, buddy. That was a nice one. Yeah, you definitely can, I mean, you could mat it, but I mean, the least little turn. These lanes on the back there, this front one is pretty much exactly 6 feet. On the back, it's probably around 7 in some places, 7 feet. So not super wide, but plenty wide. It's almost perfect for these little 18th scales. I've seen a few things lately that Traxxas is going to be releasing a mini max in this 18th scale like this, or I think even a little bit bigger scale. So that'll be awesome. I'll definitely be looking to pick one of those up. Even 10th scale, I think this is plenty big enough for 10th scale, just as far as just a test oval for sure. I mean, it's so loose, y'all. Like, I'm not kidding. I really am joking around about making excuses, but this track is incredibly loose. What I need to do, that 10th scale will also help kind of run this thing in a little bit and get some of that loose debris off the top, maybe get me down to a little bit better surface. But right now, you can see it's incredibly loose. I mean, super loose. All right, I rearranged things just a little bit. I'm gonna do a few more laps with this and then a couple laps with that TRX 4M. I'm trying to run from that sun is what I'm really doing. Yeah, it's very loose out here, but again, once it gets run in, I think it'll be looking good out here. See, that was a good one right there. It's just so loose, and once I get on that wall, I hate to move it real quick. All right, I'm just gonna run a couple little laps out here just to show you the speed difference. Now, I know before y'all get all on to me in the comments, I know this is not what this is meant for, but people are probably curious, I'm sure. I just wanna show you the speed difference. It's a big, big difference. That Granite Grom was running 21 miles an hour right out the box. I hadn't tested this one yet, but it's a lot slower. I'll go ahead and hit the ramp while it's got full batteries. So you can see it gets a little bit of air, but just because that ramp's so high, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a crawler. But I've got something else that I'm gonna show you here. I've got some upgrades that's gonna make these things even faster, but that's wide open right there. I mean, that's pinned with the speed gears. So it's definitely not meant for track use, but I think I can get it pretty decent. You can see it does a little bit of a jump, but it nosedives for sure. But now if you take the time to set you up a nice crawling course, which I'm not saying this is a nice crawling course by any means, but if you take the time to set you up a nice one, that's where these TRX 4Ms come in and start to shine and have a lot more fun with them, because that's what they're meant for. Even with this speed gearing, I mean, I can kind of ease my way up on here and get through here probably. And then if I get stuck, I mean, this is bone stock. I mean, no high clearance links, no fancy servo, no nothing on it. Stock tires. I almost lost it right there, but you can see, I mean, you can get through it. And again, this isn't anything real tough, but this is just stock everything and high speed gears in it. So, which is actually kind of nice, because if you get stuck on something, that wheel speed can pull you on through. So as you see, it's fun. It's just a different kind of fun. I mean, it's definitely fun if you set you up a nice crawling course. But I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what I got going on so far and kind of what my plans are, what I'm looking at, some of my ideas. Again, y'all let me know down in the comments what kind of ideas y'all got, especially as far as this layout. You see what I'm working with now. You see kind of what I like to do. A lot of my channel, I can tell you now, is going to be wrenching, upgrading stuff, doing mods. I really like working on these little things as far as getting new models and checking them out, so stay tuned for a lot of that. I'm also going to be checking out some of the parks around here. There's a lot of local parks, and I think one of them might even have a little skate area with some ramps and stuff, so that'd be a nice place to do some bashing. And I realized I've got kind of a local-ish hobby shop that I've been ordering stuff on Amazon through that I didn't realize was as close as it actually is, so I'll probably see if I can take a road trip down there and do a little tour of it. But speaking of modding stuff, I'm going to leave you with one little quick preview of something else I have picked up. Again, I've got these 3 that I showed you, and I've actually got 2 more or 3 more, but I want to show you one right here. So y'all know, again, I don't call it a mistake by getting these crawlers by any means, because I've got some cool stuff that's going to make these things faster. I'm going to try to turn them into trail trucks, I think, but along that same lines, I ended up picking this thing up. This is the TRX 4M, the little monster truck version, and from what I understand, it's not the greatest, and it is slow. It's slow out the box, just like these crawlers, but we've got some stuff to take care of that already. So I picked up Traxxas's new brushless system, so I've got that to go in it already, and then I've got some more goodies for it. We've got the got some nice blue links for it, some blue steering links, because what I'm gonna do, I got the Ford purposely, so I got the Bigfoot conversion thing, so I'm gonna turn it into a Bigfoot and see if we can make it a little faster and have a little fun with it out here. So that right there is coming very soon, and a whole lot more cool stuff. I've got something else that I don't want to show yet. I don't want to give it away, but I think it's going to be a really cool new addition, and I hadn't seen much at all on it yet. It's a new version of something that's been out a while, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy this video, whether you're new to the RC channel or new to any of my channels in general, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you would, so we can get this thing growing, and make sure you get the notifications turned on so you get notified when I upload stuff. Once again, I do have another main channel, Tools and Targets. If you're interested in any kind of firearm stuff, take a second and check that one out if you would. Quick mention again that I don't have any kind of RC related affiliate links yet, just since this is a new channel other than my Amazon storefront. So I'm gonna make a RC section on that and put some of the stuff I picked up. If y'all are interested in any of this stuff, check out those links. And if you get something through that storefront, it does help out the channel, so I really appreciate that. Big thanks to all of y'all for checking out the first video on the new channel. I've got some really exciting stuff coming, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, y'all keep having fun.